My name's Daniel Major. I'm CEO of GoviEx Uranium, a company that's focused on uranium development in Niger. The company has been developing a major uranium project in Niger, right next to AREVA's operations, 10 kilometers away. We have spent $115 million on those projects since 2008. We've done over 600,000 meters of drilling. We have completed a full PFS and are currently in the process of completing the environmental impact study so we can go to the mine permitting. I think the key issues for us is one, the sheer scale of the project, at 122 million pounds in the ground. It is one of the largest uranium projects available anywhere on the globe. At 0.14% grade, that is 3 to 4 times higher than the existing uranium projects in Africa that are operating. And you compare ourselves to something like Madaouela River that was bought for 1.2 billion with 100 million pounds, but an average grade of 0.04, and we have 0.14. We're in Niger, which produces 8% of the world's supply, has been doing it for 50 years. We have all the infrastructure required, and we have a government that supports uranium mining. The key focus for this whole year is actually about getting the mining permit. We decided that the best way to add value to the project in this market, considering the scale of projects and where we developed it to, was really get the political issues and the permitting risks out of the way. So in the first quarter, we'll be completing our environmental impact study, the beginning of it. We'll file that for our environmental certificate, and at the same time be making our filing for our mining permit, which under the Niger code we should be able to achieve by the end of the year. That means GoviEx will have a permit, and if the market improves as we expect it to do in uranium, we'll be able to start construction into that rising uranium market. Once we have the permit, we have 2 years before we have to start construction. So we have some degree of flexibility there. I think we are seeing a tightening in the market. It's got a way to go. I think you're going to see the right moves. China is obviously a big story. The social issues mean that you are going to have to see China build, and they've taken that on board. Japan, I think with Abe's re-election, we'll see a much more aggressive stance towards restart. We'll see how the impact of the oil price reduction changes that, if any, but I think he will take the long-term view. We've seen constraint in the industry, and that is helping as well. So I think in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a tightening of that market. And at some point, probably next year, the industry is going to wake up and realize that there are no projects coming on stream to fill the future market, and that's when the price will really start to kick away. And that's where companies like GoviEx are going to be turning around and saying, well, fine, we've already got our mining permit, we're already structuring our financing, we're ready to build. And many of our peers are still in the exploration stage or have very long permitting timeframes like you have here in Canada. Very different scenario where we are in Niger.